Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight at our Investing in Our Communities Gala. We know that you are sick of Zooms and virtual events, so we do not take it for granted that you have joined us here tonight. We truly appreciate your presence. Tonight's event is about closing the chapter on my 2 years as the chairman of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta, Inc., as we welcome our new chairman, our new board, and our new officers tomorrow at noon. And so, of course, we want to go out with a bang. Our goal tonight is to educate you on the great work that the 100 Black Men of Atlanta has been doing over the last year or two. It is to allow you to hear from our students in their own words, to tell you about the impact of the 100 on them and their families and their careers. And finally, it is to honor folks from our community that share our goals and values, people that really understand what it means to mentor, to be a good role model, to be a good example for our young people, because what they see is what they'll be, and people that have a commitment, an unyielding commitment to serving our community and making our young people, their families, and the community itself better because of their commitment to that community. Of course, tonight's event would not be possible without the work of our team and the brothers that led the committee in putting this event together tonight. Brother Sid Barron, our new chair-elect, Miguel Lloyd, our chaplain, and Otis Threet. And of course, our sponsors. We couldn't do this without our sponsors, who you'll see on the screen. And you'll hear a word from some of our most generous sponsors of the evening shortly. So again, thank you for being here with us tonight. We do not take it for granted, and we appreciate your presence, and you're in for a very special night.
Good evening, and thank you so much for giving Marsh McLennan the opportunity to be this year's presenting sponsor for the 100 Black Men of Atlanta in such a phenomenal event. First, let me just say that as the Chief Inclusion and Diversity Officer of my organization, I am thrilled at the work that the 100 Black Men of Atlanta have been leading for the past several years in this community, giving the opportunity for young boys to really reach their maximum potential and being able to pour into these young gentlemen so that they are the next generation of Black male leaders in our community is significant. And for that, we want to be a part of not only this particular event, but we want to be a part of what the 100 Black Men of Atlanta are doing holistically. I must thank the outgoing chairman, Kevin Gooch, for his strong leadership and just always being a present voice in the community and really rolling up his sleeves and leading this organization into excellence. And for the incoming chairman, Keith Milner, you are just poised for greatness. I have the utmost faith in your ability to lead the 100 Black Men of Atlanta to the next generation of excellence. And so thank you again on behalf of Marsh McLennan for allowing us to take part in such a phenomenal event. And we hope to be engaged with you for years to come.
Good evening. I'm Woody Vaughn, Executive Partner of Holland & Knight's Atlanta office. We are a law firm with 27 offices, more than 1,300 lawyers, including 60 headquartered here in Atlanta. One of the core values of our law firm is community service. We actively support organizations that address the unmet social needs in our communities. The 100 Black Men of Atlanta's mission of supporting Atlanta's underprivileged youth through mentoring and project success is changing lives. As I understand it, you've awarded over $350,000 over the last 2 years in scholarships. The 100 has spent thousands of hours mentoring young people. You are making this community a better place, one young person at a time. We also want to congratulate our law partner and your outgoing board chair, Kevin Gooch, for 2 great years of leadership. Holland & Knight is excited about the passion he brings to our firm to do more in the community. Finally, We offer our thanks for your outstanding work educating and uplifting youth in Atlanta. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening.
When I think about building a successful career, I think about three key attributes. The first comes down to being intentional. The second comes down to being resilient. And then finally is embracing your unique differentiators. Empathy is everything in leadership. You think about, how can I build bridges with people who are different from me? How can I build a community and a culture at the firm that's focused on transparency and communication, diversity and inclusion? As a woman and as a person of color, I've oftentimes been the only person that looked like me in rooms. My career means so much more than just me. Even though it has been a hard road, I'm just making it easier for women and women of color coming behind me. When I think about the word no, I translate it into not yet. Just because something hasn't happened before doesn't mean it's not possible.
This is for the unbreakables, for the ones who dare to make a splash. This is for the voices of courage, who shatter ceilings made of glass. Awesome. This is for the ones changing the face of the game and how the game is played. This is for the ones shaking history every day. Coca-Cola honors those destined to shake things up. Here's to the history shakers.
Now let's take a moment to talk about the work of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta, Inc. At our core, we are a mentoring organization. What they see is what they'll be, and our members do not take that responsibility lightly. Each of the members of the Emerging 100, our Young Professionals Auxiliary, work with the senior class at Best Academy with a one-on-one mentoring relationship. They also work with members of our Collegiate 100 with a one-on-one mentoring relationship. And our members plug into those Emerging 100 gentlemen and mentor them, and then we mentor across the generation. And so it is our job to inspire our young people by providing a great example and providing hope and letting them know that there are no limits to what they can do with their lives and who they can be by giving them an example of what some may deem success. We've spent more than 35 years educating young people, providing tuition assistance to young people. In 2020 alone, even in the midst of a global pandemic, we provided more than $160,000 in tuition assistance and other educational support to our deserving students in high school and that are already in college. If you go back to 2019, that number was more than $184,000. So over the last 2 years, our organization has provided nearly $350,000 to help further the academic goals of our young people, deserving students from Atlanta Public Schools and in the Collegiate 100. This past year, we've taken it a step further. We've done a great job educating our students, but we wanted to make sure that our students were ready for the workforce and had the soft skills necessary to be successful in the workforce. So we started our Career Pipeline program. And this is a 10-week training course where our students wake up on a Saturday morning and come listen to speakers talk to them about building their brand, about diversity in corporate America, about climbing the corporate ladder, public speaking and presentation in corporate America. And this is with our college students, because we kept hearing from our sponsors that our students needed to continue to evolve and develop those soft skills necessary to make them successful in the workforce. So we put together this program. In addition to that, we have our 100 Robotics Alliance. And this is a partnership with Dr. Lonnie Johnson and his STEM Activity Center, where we expose thousands of young people a year to careers in STEM. And we have a couple hundred students, roughly 225 students, that dive deep into STEM and they learn how to build robots. Our middle schoolers, they build robots with Legos. Our high schoolers, they build robots and they compete in this first robotics competition. So we can make sure that they understand the value of their intellect and being able to build these robots and being able to leverage technology for high-paying jobs.
Hello, My name is Miala Wilkerson. I will be a soon graduate of the Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy, and I will be attending Bard College. The 100 has helped me to be better prepared to go into a college environment. I am very thankful for the help that they have taken the time to make sure that I was always mentally and emotionally available, as well as on top of my A game. They've pushed me to be a leader, and I forever thank them for that. My favorite teachers are Christina Garner and Crystal Scarbo. These two ladies have aided me whenever I needed. No matter what, I know that I can go to them for help, for emotional help, or for them to help me, I don't know, with some science work or some English work. They have always took the time out of their day to make sure that I was all right, and I'm very thankful for them. I'm also thankful for Mr. Singer and Miss Kathy. These two have been an amazing support system. They always make sure to check on me or to tell me hi or good morning. Mr. Singer, he'll write me a recommendation at the snap of a finger if he needs to. Miss Kathy, she is like such a joy to be around. She always makes me laugh. And she's just an amazing soul. And I'm just so thankful for them. And I always will be.
My name is Zachary White. I'm a graduating senior at the Best Academy 6 through 12. And this summer, I will be attending the Georgia Institute of Technology, majoring in mechanical engineering. The ways that the 100 have helped me in my academic year, in my academic career, basically, they provided me with, a number amount of resources and, college exposure to different college campuses. They host these sessions called Saturday School, which allows students to, different students from around APS who's in this program to kind of collaborate with each other, work with each other, and in a classroom setting, on a Saturday, like Saturday morning, like so. Really, those sessions has really helped me with my academic career, especially because like it's made me more ambitious. It's helped me stay, focused. Rather than wasting a Saturday afternoon. I'm working on SAT or ACT practices. I'm working with different teachers that I'm not used to, so I can learn, have different learning styles. And it's really provided me with a different rigor of work compared to a normal classroom setting. Those limited resources that those students have, I now have access to. So I think the last question I had to answer was who I wanted to personally thank in the 100. It has to be Mr. Ray Singer. The reason being is because I've known Mr. Singer since sixth grade, which was my first year at Best, and since then, like he's always saw my potential. He's always believed in me. Whenever he see me, no matter what day it was, he will always acknowledge me and kind of give words like one of the smartest young men he's ever met, and words like that could really boost your day. Or it's like very encouraging because it's like someone notices the work you're putting in, and not only was he acknowledging the work I put in, he rewarded me for the work I put in. So it's like, whenever I had an interview, whenever I had, anything regarding any needs the outside of the classroom, like when I say anything, I mean anything, he came through for me whenever I reached out. So I would like to thank him and for this opportunity and being in the 100, and yeah, I'm just grateful for it. So yeah, that's Mr. Ray is one of the people I will want to thank to and have a thanks to. So
I was a part of Best Academy's second graduating class, and I also went to Best from sixth grade to 12th grade. So I was a part of the initial phases. I was even there before they built the new school on Donnelly Hollowell. Overall, it was a great experience, and if I could do it over again, I would do it again. I think going to Best, when I went to Best, a lot of the projects on the west side of Atlanta was still open. So I rode the school bus with people from Boyne Homes, Hollywood Courts, all these different projects, and I was able to actually visualize and actually see what some people were going through at home, when they got on the school bus or when they came to school. So in that regard, sometimes it was hard to navigate because you started to realize that, wow, like people really come from, troubled backgrounds, and it's like, how are we supposed to do school and still go back to these neighborhoods after school?
My first day of school in 6th grade, like, the 100 Black Man was there. So like I walked through the thing, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be cool. Like it's real cool. Like my brother was saying, like when you see a lot of these people and where they come from, like they don't have support. So just having 100 Black Men there, like on the first day of school, making sure your school year gonna be good, you know, successful, giving school supplies to those that need it, all that play a role.
The 100 Black Men of Atlanta and Best Academy, what they mean to me and my success. Like, I really appreciate them. Knowing that my two brothers, you know, led the way for me at Best Academy, being in the 100 Black Man program, like, it's something that I admire. Knowing I had two siblings to look up to. The 100 Black Men at Best Academy helped me with opportunities, networking, and meeting other people. And it has led me to where I want to be and where I want to go today.
I'm a testament. I went to school with people that I know that have been killed, went to school with people that I know today that trap, or whatever the case may be. But then again, you know, me, I ended up going to Stanford, and for me to have the perspective that I have from Best Academy and going into that space, it made me valuable. Because now a lot of the advocates for police brutality or so-called black issues, they don't come from that experience, especially going to Stanford. Most of the black people at Stanford come from wealth, you know? So me coming from the west side of Atlanta, coming from this hood, I came in there with a different perspective. I know what it's like to be on food stamps. I know what it's like to be on Section 8. So now we have a voice at the table. And even just beyond that, Best Academy was like a hub for opportunities. Like we had project engages. I was able to do research at Georgia Tech, do research on tissue regeneration and vascular remodeling. So sometimes when you hear my accent, you might think, oh, this just another hood kid, he don't know what you're talking about. Then I start talking to you about angiogenesis, vascular remodeling. They're like, oh my goodness. So this boy got a strong head on his shoulders. And I think that's the beauty of a Best Academy.
Exactly.
Like Best Academy gave me, you know, people like Kevin Gooch and the 100 Black Men, and that's somebody that's like my brother, father figure. I hit him up about personal things, you know what I mean? And I think when you have connections like that, you have relationships like that, 20, 30 years down the line, when your child needs an internship or when your child needs some advice, you got your mentors, you have your support system that can help build generational wealth, that can help everybody in your community. And I think that's the beauty of Best Academy for me.
So as you've heard, we had a very, very busy and productive year. It has led to us being recognized by Christian City Ministries, along with Home Depot and Dan Cathy of Chick-fil-A. As I mentioned earlier, we received the Thomas J. Moran Award from Mutual of America for their Nonprofit of the Year. And there will also be a major announcement coming down from 100 Black Men of America about the work that we've been doing as an organization. So as you've heard, over the last couple of years, our organization has been centered on service and focused on delivering on the promise that we've made to our young people, to their families, and this community. We've been focused on mentoring our young people, on ensuring that they can get access to a quality post-secondary education, and also helping them get ready to enter the workforce and exposing them to future careers. We need you now more than ever to support our mission, to support our cause, and to support our work. In 2020, we had to cancel 3 of our 4 largest fundraisers. And so we need your help. As you know, on the tail of this global pandemic, our community will need us all now more than ever. And we can't do our work without you helping us and supporting that work. So if you want to be a part of this, if you want to get in the trenches with our organization and continue to improve the city of Atlanta, continue to improve the lives of our young people, you can donate to the organization. You can visit our website, connect with one of our members. You can write a check. There's text to give options. But we need you now more than ever because our community will need us now more than ever. So please support our organization.
The
The Maynard H. Jackson Community Impact Award goes to 1968 Olympic gold medalist and social activist Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith is a born athlete. While attending Lemoore High School, he set most of the school track and field records, some of which still stand today. He was voted the school's most valuable athlete as he excelled in basketball and football in addition to track and field. He earned an athletic scholarship to San Jose State, where in 1966 he set the world record in the 200-meter straight, running it in 19.5 seconds, a record that stood for 44 years. While Smith was setting tracks on fire all around the world, so was his San Jose teammate John Carlos, who beat him at the U.S. Olympic trials before the 1968 Summer Olympics. With that, one of the most important competitive relationships in the social justice movement was born. As a member of the Olympic Project for Human Rights, Tommy advocated to boycott the 1968 Olympic Games altogether unless some of their demands were met. That included the reinstatement of Muhammad Ali as the world's heavyweight champion. Although they didn't go through with the boycott, they had an idea that turned out to be more impactful: a protest on the winner's stand once they won their medals. Both athletes raised their black gloved fist, wore black socks and no shoes and beads on the podium to represent African American poverty, America's history of lynching and oppression, and to show solidarity to black people back home in America. They were joined by Australian Peter Norman. Both men were sent home from the 1968 Games because of their actions. Tommy laid the foundation for many athletes who used their God-given ability to grab the world's attention through athletics to change the world. We present to you Tommy Smith, the 2021 recipient of the Maynard H. Jackson Community Impact Award.
Thank you, Chairman Gooch, and to all of the associated partners of this elevated chapter of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta. This is a blessed day, as well as all days are, but this is a special day of blessings, highlighting and remembering a man who, during his 65 years, brought a new birth to the political structure of his city, which we are still enjoying to this day. Whenever you fly in or out of Atlanta Airport, you'll remember Maynard Jackson. Mayor Jackson started several social movements to improve the lives of Atlantans because the time was right to do the right thing. Programs of encouragement was a beacon to move in the right direction, and the community response was immense. We must continue that communal response to fruition. So let us stand for something and not fall for social misguidance. We the people, yes, we the people, if we see wrong, we must address it proactively. As one Georgian legend said, get into good trouble, move for justice. I stood on an Olympic victory stand over half a century ago, an option to bring attention to the inequalities of this country. And today, I'm still standing for justice and equality for all. It's a new day, people. There are many bridges still to cross. So let's focus on moving forward. And I am truly honored to receive the Maynard H. Jackson Community Impact Award. Thank you.
The Nathaniel R. Golston III Trailblazer Award goes to NBA Hall of Famer and businessman Grant Hill. Grant Hill didn't waste any time making an impression on the basketball world. After entering college, his Duke Blue Devils won back-to-back NCAA championships in 1991 and 92. In 1994, he was drafted by the Detroit Pistons and went on to share the 1995 Rookie of the Year award with Jason Kidd. After a stellar start to his career, it was derailed by a severe ankle injury in early 2000, which turned into a 4-year life-threatening recovery. Despite that, he continued playing at a high level in the NBA until 2013, earning 7 NBA All-Star appearances, 5 All-NBA selections, and induction into the NBA Hall of Fame in 2018. Grant quickly took his talent to TV as the host of NBA Inside Stuff on NBA TV. He's covered both the NBA and the NCAA basketball as an analyst since 2015. Also in 2015, Grant became a co-owner of the NBA's Atlanta Hawks. In January of 2021, he was selected to succeed Jerry Colangelo as the USA men's basketball team managing director. Grant has truly blazed a trail that began on the court, but continues to flow through all of his business and philanthropic endeavors. We present to you the 2021 winner of the Nathaniel R. Golston III Trailblazer Award, NBA legend Grant Hill.
Wow, thank you. It's so much of an honor and a thrill to receive this award, the Nathaniel Golston Trailblazer Award. It's incredible. And what I know and what I've read and learned about Nathaniel Golston, he truly embodies trailblazing. He was one of the founding members of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta organization. And I'm just beyond thrilled to have this celebration and recognition for my work and what I've tried to do in my life. Obviously, I also want to thank the 100 Black Men of Atlanta for your just continued excellence. The example that you set, the work that you do and continue to do is valued, is appreciated, and is very much needed. So I want to thank and encourage the organization to continue. Atlanta, it's a great city. Obviously, the work that you're doing is having an impact that will last for many generations to come. Of course, anytime you receive an award, there are those who have helped along the way and supported me, and I'm mindful of my parents, of coaches, teachers, role models, mentors, all different types of people who have been there to support me, assist me, encourage me, hold me accountable. And I think that's important for any young person as they strive to navigate the world and pursue their ambitions and goals in life. And so that, to me, exemplifies all that 100 Black Men of Atlanta are and what they are all about. Of course, with every successful male, there's always a female there to sort of lift us up, and certainly my wife is someone who, I can't speak to her strength, her love, her friendship, her support, her encouragement, and so as you recognize me, you recognize her, you recognize my family, and I'm just, like I said, I'm at a loss for words. I speak for a living, but this is something that certainly means a great deal, and certainly inspires me to continue to push forward, continue to make a difference, continue to have an impact on many others who need that influence. And sometimes we all, we go about our lives, we go about our work, and we're not entirely sure what kind of significance it is, how people are, how it resonates with others, how it impacts others. And this is just a reminder and an encouraging gesture for me to continue trying to do the good things, the right thing, and helping the world. So anyway, with all that said, like I said, I'm thankful. I wish we could do this in person. But this is incredibly awesome and something that I value and I'm grateful for. So thank you, 100 Black Men of Atlanta. And like I said earlier, continued success. And I just applaud all the work and success that you as an organization have done. Thank you.
The Chairman Circle Corporate Responsibility Award goes to the Microsoft Corporation. Microsoft is making a huge commitment to Atlanta. With the construction of the Atlantic Yards project and the campus and data centers on the west side, they have made a commitment to developing and sourcing local talent here in Georgia. Not only have they committed to building on 90 acres of land, but they've also committed to sourcing talent from local and state colleges, including students from the AU Center, which includes Morehouse, Spelman, Clark Atlanta, and Morris Brown. They work directly with us here with the 100 to connect with the nonprofit community to become a part of Atlanta's fabric while minimizing disruption. They've given hundreds of millions of dollars to charitable purposes, And with their Accelerate program, they've committed to the development of the Atlanta community's workforce. They have clearly hit the ground running, and we're glad to have them in Atlanta. We present to you the Microsoft Corporation, recipient of the Chairman Circle Corporate Responsibility Award.
I am so, on behalf of Microsoft, I just want to really thank the 100 Black Men for our partnership. I'm really excited about receiving the Chairman's Circle Corporate Responsibility Award, or accepting it on behalf of Microsoft. Our partnership has been one of the key partnerships that we've had as we begin our growth strategy in Atlanta, but we've also partnered with the 100 across the country. You know, as we look at Atlanta and what we're doing there, and we think about Atlantic Yards, we think about Quarry Yards, which are both two. Atlantic Yards is going to open in July, and that's about 2,000 employees, and then Quarry Yards has the potential to be up to 20,000 employees. We just think about how critical it is that we have that partnership with the 100. We spent a lot of time over the last year or two listening to organizations across the Atlanta landscape and listening for what are the important elements that Microsoft would want to do to ensure success. And so that led us to purchase not only our Quarry Yard site, which is 80 acres, but in addition to that, additional 25 acres that we're going to use, or 25% of that site will be used to support community type events, whether it's grocery stores, whether it's pharmacies. So we're really excited about that part of our project. And that's actually the first part that will kick off. In our discussions with community members, we came up with 3 key pillars. Education is going to be super important. How do we create pathways for young people to come work at Microsoft? How do we ensure that every student in that neighborhood has the opportunity? And Best Academy, by the way, is which the 100 has spent where we devote a lot of time is part of that community. So how do we ensure that every student has the opportunity to come be a part of Microsoft? And that's really the work that we're going to do. And we're going to do work around affordable housing. How do we ensure that no one that lives in the neighborhood that we're building our sites in has to leave that neighborhood? And so that's a project that we're focused on. And then how do we make sure we use economic empowerment tools, best practices, to ensure that people that live in the neighborhood get to benefit from the project? So this is what we would call a community first project, and we're excited to be partnering with the 100 around this project and look forward to deepening and strengthening our partnership. I just want to acknowledge the leadership of Chairman Gooch and what he has done to help us build this framework for what we're going to do moving forward. We look forward to working with incoming Chairman Milner and look forward to the opportunity to continue to grow our partnership. We're very thankful for this acknowledgement, but there's still a lot of work to do. And I just look forward to the opportunity to do that work. Someone asked me once, Terrence, this is going to be a big change for what you do. And I said, it is going to be a change for the work that I do, but it's a great change. It's a great opportunity to make a difference in people's lives. And that's what we intend to do. And so the mission is clear, the partners are there, and the opportunity is in front of us. So I would thank you again for the recognition and look forward to continuing to deepen and strengthen our partnership.
The John Lewis Emerging Leader Award goes to social entrepreneur Jasmine Crow. Jasmine Crow is a natural giver. She has participated in food drives, donated cans, and volunteered at shelters since she was a kid. In 2013, she created an experience for the homeless in Atlanta by not just giving them food in a brown paper bag, but on white linen with menus and flatware. She treated them with the dignity they deserved. With these experiences, she realized we are doing hunger wrong. So she set her mind to do something about it by founding Gooder. At Gooder, they believe that hunger isn't a scarcity issue, it's a logistic issue. The genesis of her developing her company was based on her experiences at a local food pantry in Atlanta. She was disheartened by the fact that they were just giving them processed foods, not meals, all while our society was wasting millions of pounds of nutritious food a day. Through technology, Gooder gives companies control of their food and helps convert it back into savings while reducing their carbon footprint and empowering their local communities. Her hard work has paid off, and she has a thriving business that serves the community she loves while being a viable partner with Fortune 500 companies, healthcare providers, athletes, and entertainers all over the country. We present to you Jasmine Crow, the 2021 recipient of the John Lewis Emerging Leader Award.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Crow, founder and CEO of Gooder. I want to send a huge thank you to the 100 Black Men of Atlanta for honoring myself and Gooder with the 2021 John Lewis Emerging Leader Award. When I think of John Lewis and his spirit and legacy, I can't help but to think back to Good Trouble. And I truly believe that that is what Gooder embodies every single day as we work to reduce food waste and end hunger in Atlanta and across the nation. We are changing the way that hunger has been solved for decades, and we couldn't do it without the support of our amazing partners and organizations like the 100. When I think back to the start of the pandemic, the 100 Black Men of Atlanta reached out to us, and together we were able to serve groceries to families all across Atlanta, and we've been honored to work alongside the Emerging 100 just recently for NBA All-Star Weekend. So this is a phenomenal organization. It means a lot to me to receive this award. John Lewis is a legacy. He is a leader. He is a hero. And so any award just named in his honor, it means a lot to me. I cannot thank you guys enough. So congratulations on this fundraiser. Thank you guys for everything that you do, and thank you again for this honor.
The Andrew Young Lifetime Achievement Award goes to radio legend and philanthropist Tom Joyner. Tom Joyner, affectionately known as the Fly Jock and the hardest working man in radio, started his radio career in college at the Tuskegee Institute, now known as Tuskegee University, in the mid-1970s. At the time, he wanted to be in a band, so he joined the Commodores, which included his close friend Lionel Richie. At the time, the band wasn't making any money, so his family encouraged him to pursue other endeavors. Professionally, his first job was in Montgomery, Alabama, followed by short stints in Memphis and St. Louis, before landing in Chicago, where he worked for WJPC, which was owned by John H. Johnson of Johnson Publishing. In 1985, he was offered 2 jobs simultaneously in Chicago and Dallas. Instead of making one choice, he chose them both. For 8 years, he commuted between both cities, doing mornings in Dallas and afternoons in Chicago, while racking up 7 million frequent flyer miles. His show's success earned him the opportunity to syndicate. In 1984, he was signed by ABC Radio. Over the next 25 years, he had by far the most successful syndicated radio show serving the African American market in the history of media and entertainment. Tom has also used his access effectively to raise money for HBCUs through the Tom Joyner Foundation, where starting in 1998, the foundation has successfully raised over $65 million for deserving students to pursue their education and career endeavors. Tom has truly had a life full of great accomplishments which are worthy of an honor such as this. We present to you the 2021 winner of the Andrew Young Lifetime Achievement Award, Mr. Tom Joyner.
Hello, everyone. This is the hardest working man in radio, the Fly Jock Tom Joyner, now retired in Miami, but I'm still the hardest working man in radio. And thank you to the 100 Black Men of Atlanta Incorporated for this distinguished award, the Andrew Young Lifetime Achievement Award. Ambassador Andrew Young, what a fighter for civil rights, and the funniest man in civil rights too, might I add. This is quite an honor. Thank you so much, 100 Black Men. My lifetime of achievement started not far from here in Tuskegee, Alabama, where during the civil rights era, every Saturday morning, the kids in the community of Tuskegee would protest something. Voter registration, lunch counters, you name it, being able to sit, downstairs in the theater instead of upstairs in the balcony. Every Saturday morning, Confederate soldiers in the square were out there picketing, out there just picketing. Well, one fortunate Saturday morning, we were protesting the fact that the one radio station in our all-black town didn't play any Aretha or Temptations or any black music. So we're out there protesting. Now, I may add, I was out there every Saturday morning. I gotta admit, I was out there every Saturday morning for the food, not for the cause. I was a fat kid, and I loved the food that they served during civil rights marches. Those chicken sandwiches were just delicious. So I'm out there every Saturday morning. This one Saturday morning, we're protesting at the radio station, the one radio station we had in Tuskegee, and it played all white music. I mean, background music. Not Aretha, not the Temptations, not Wilson Pickett, Sly and the Family Stones, none of that. So we're out there just picketing. I got a picket sign in one hand and a chicken sandwich in the other. So it just so happened that the radio station was housed inside of a car dealership. The owner of the car dealership also owned the radio station. And he came outside and he said, you know what, I see y'all out here every Saturday morning protesting something. I said, I don't care about this radio station. I'm just trying to sell some cars. I tell you what, I will let one of you have a radio show that will start at 12 noon and go till the sun goes down. It was a sun up to sundown station, a daytime station. And you can play all the Aretha and the Temptations you want. Just leave my car dealership alone. I'm trying to sell some cars. So he said, which one of you all wants to do it? So I raised my hand. I raised my chicken sandwich hand. I put the chicken sandwich down and I raised my hand and I said I'd do it. And that's what started my career in radio, a protest march. From that moment to this moment, I've retired from the Tom Joyner Morning Show, which at its height was reaching 1 in 4 African Americans around the country. We formed Reach Media, and every black syndicated show on the air, with the exception of Steve Harvey's, belongs to Reach Media, the company that I founded. Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley, it's like eight shows in all. And during my time at the Tom Joyner Morning Show, I formed the Tom Joyner Foundation. The foundation was chartered in 1998 to help students continue their education at historically black colleges, because as we all know, it's one thing to get in school, it's another thing to stay in school. And it's just a darn shame that you have to leave school and come home and your room has been rented out. So we founded the Tom Joyner Foundation to help students continue their education when they've run out of money at black colleges, HBCUs. And that was in 1998. To date, we have raised and donated more than $65 million to that end, helping more than 29,000 students. And that leads me to what I'm about to announce right here, right now, today, our partnership with the 100 Black Men of Atlanta. We're going to take 15 students that are mentees of the 100 Black Men at HBCUs and award them $1,000 scholarships. That's $15,000 to help them continue their education, especially now after this pandemic. And thank you, Kevin and the 100 Black Men of Atlanta, for giving me the names of your mentees that are at HBCUs and trying to continue their education. We hope that these $1,000 scholarships to 15 mentees will help. Our main fundraiser for the foundation is the Fantastic Voyage. Some of you may have attended with us in the past, this is coming up on number 22. 22 years in a row. Well, we had to postpone this year's because of the pandemic, but we're up and sailing, and we're now booking. Go to the Tom Joyner Foundation Fantastic Voyage for all the information. Go to the website. We're sailing on November 6th, and it's 8 days, 8 hard partying days. We have more than 60 entertainers, including Usher, Alicia Keys, Frankie Beverly and Mays, and we party with a purpose. The purpose, to raise money for the foundation, and the party is 24/7. I'm sorry, 24/8, literally. I mean, our last concert starts at 3 o'clock in the morning. We party so hard that we have a midnight buffet, because you got to put something on your stomach with all that hard partying. And we party till the sun comes up. And when the sun comes up, we have church service, because we need church after partying all night. And you can join us on the Fantastic Voyage. Go to the address you see on your screen and be a part of a party with a purpose. All right? Thank you, 100 Black Men of Atlanta. Thank you, Kevin. You've had a great 2 years. Congratulations. I understand that you have raised and donated $350,000 in scholarships to students, mentees of the 100. And good job, Kevin. Good job. And thank you again for this distinguished honor, the Andrew Young Lifetime Achievement Award. Have a good evening.
So we are at the end of an incredible night. Have to give thanks to all those that made this night possible. First of all, we have to congratulate and say thanks to all of the honorees. Thank them for participating in such an important program for our organization. I have to thank the team. This would not be possible without our team, from Luis to Gloria to Ray to Sunshine to Gwen, the entire team, Fred, Otis, Bart, Lisa, the entire team was necessary to pull this event together tonight. We also have to thank our sponsors of the evening for being so generous to allow us to do this work tonight, but also the sponsors of our organization and anyone that supports our organization, because we could not do the broader work of the organization, fulfilling our mission, supporting our students, supporting their families, supporting our community without your support. In addition to our sponsors, the board that I've worked with, the current board and the last board, I just thank you for indulging me and allowing me to push the organization like it hasn't been pushed before. To our members, same to you. Thank you for being a part of this program, for supporting our organization. You all are the first donors for our organization and the backbone of our organization. So we thank you for being a part of this tonight and for all that you do for our organization. Speaking of members, all of our members carry weight, commit their time, talent, and resources to this organization, and do a phenomenal job. But there's one member in particular that I have to shout out, and that member is Wayne Pleasant. Wayne Pleasant is our treasurer. He is the spokesman for his class of 2018. Wayne is the type of guy that will go to the office and stay there for hours on end, 3 or 4 times a week. Wayne will call you 6 or 7 times a day if he needs you to do something. He helps us raise money. He's never unavailable, and he always sacrifices for this organization. So I have to give Wayne a special shout out. And for the first time ever tonight, we will be giving out the Henry Hank Aaron Member of the Year Award, because as you all know, Mr. Aaron personified excellence over a consistent period of time. And Wayne, as a member, has done that for the entire time that he's been a part of this organization. So congratulations, Wayne. You are our first ever Henry Hank Aaron Member of the Year. Thank you for all that you do for our organization. You know, these last 2 years would not have been possible without so many people. I have to start by thanking my mentors. Judge Horace Johnson Jr. of the Alcovey Circuit was my mentor out in Covington, Georgia, and he poured into me. I actually followed in his footsteps, going to Oxford College, Emory University, and UGA Law. And as 2 African-American lawyers from Covington, Georgia, we just had an instant connection. And unfortunately, we lost Judge Johnson last year due to COVID, but I just had to say thank you to him, Michelle, Bryant, James, the entire family, for just embracing me and sacrificing your time with the judge so that he could invest in a knucklehead like me. I have to thank Richard Grice, who was my mentor at Alston and Bird, made sure I was a partner. Without that, I would not be where I am today, so thank you to Richard. And Dean Kent Linville, who was my dean at Oxford College, that ensured that I made it out of Oxford College, and so I could go on to graduate from Emory and make it to UGA Law. So those guys have had an outsized impact on my life, and I thank them for it. I have to thank my 100 Black Men of Atlanta mentors. I would not be here or have been successful as a leader of this organization without the insight and wisdom from Chairman Tommy W. Dortch, from Curly Dossman, from several others in the chairman's circle, Milton Jones, Henry Kelly, Greg Hawkins, and so many others that would answer the call whenever I made the call, that were open and always available and always extended their hand to help however I needed them. I also have to thank my law school friends. We go back 2 decades. Ronnie, my best friend, Corey Davis, Dominique Holloman. Young people, make sure that you nurture your relationships, and they will continue to pay dividends for years and decades to come. I mean, Dominique helped me get on the UGA alumni board, and she's someone that I talk to about leadership, and she's actually given me some great ideas that we've implemented for the 100. So thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Corey. You guys are always there whenever I need you, and thank you, Dominique, for helping me. Angie Palmer, used to work with her 15 years ago. Anytime I call her, she supports our organization. So I have to give a great big thanks to Angie Palmer. I have to give a great big thanks to all of my law firms that I work for, Alston and Bird, DLA Piper, and now Holland and Knight, for supporting me and allowing me to do this work with this organization. I have to thank my mentees, the Bob brothers that you heard from earlier, Lanarian, Julian, Sherrod McClendon, Mike Williams. I'm so proud of you. Courtney, you all make me so proud to be your mentor, and I thank you for investing in me as much as I invest in you, and for uplifting me, and for just working so hard to be successful. I have to thank Leadership Atlanta, Leadership Georgia, Lead Atlanta, and the Emerging 100. I would not be here in this position if I did not start out as the president of the Emerging 100, and we were able to accomplish some great things together. So I have a special place in my heart always for the Emerging 100. And I also have to thank my village, the folks from Covington that helped me be who I am today and make me the leader that I am today. I have to thank Danielle, your family. Thank you for just embracing me. We started this journey together, and you're still around. And so thank you for being that peace and calm in the midst of chaos for me. I appreciate you, and thank you for being so selfless. I have to thank my grandmother. I would not be here without her influence on me. I was raised by my grandmother out in Covington, Georgia, and she truly poured into me and helped make me the person that I am today. I'd never forget Hazel Hendricks, and I cannot thank you enough. And then for my parents, my mom and my dad, they are my board of directors. I call them when I'm going through anything or when I need some advice. And of course, they're always there, just like parents are supposed to be. And I do not take that for granted. And I just hope that I make you proud. I love you all, and thank you for being there and being supportive of me over these last 2 years. And so, folks, in closing, I would not have been able to accomplish anything that I've been able to accomplish. This organization would not have been able to accomplish what it has been able to accomplish without our team, our members, our board, and our sponsors. So from the bottom of my heart, I just say thank you for all of your investment. I hope we've made you proud, and I hope we've done great work in this community that will transform it and continue to transform it under our new leader, Mr. Keith Milner. I'm so excited about what he has planned for the organization, and we look forward to a word from him. So now, as my last official act, as chairman of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta, I turn it over to Keith Milner to tell us a little bit about the future of the organization under his leadership. Again, I thank you all, and I hope we have made you proud over these last 2 years and that we have left the organization a little bit better than it was when we inherited it. Now to you, Keith.
Thank you, Chairman Gooch. The past 2 years under your leadership, the 100 Black Men of Atlanta has achieved many successes. So I am very fortunate and humble to be able to take the baton from you and become the 18th board chair of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta. We will continue to work toward building on your successes by multiplying our resources, multiplying our financial resources, our membership resources, our student resources, and collecting with like-minded organizations and individuals to expand our reach and impact toward our mission. We ultimately want to become the most self-reliant, successful, African-American-led organization in the city of Atlanta and the state, focusing on education and economic empowerment. Please join me tomorrow at noon during my inauguration, where you'll hear more about our vision for the future. You get an opportunity to meet our new board members, as well as our new officers for the organization. Thank you, and God bless.